Welcome back to this Google Ads course. I hope you've been enjoying the content so far. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your very own Google Ads account and the best way of doing that. After that, we'll then do a quick tour of the platform itself. Then I'll jump into one of my own accounts and I'll show you how to navigate between campaigns, ad groups, site links, and things like that. After that, we'll then jump into the dashboards and I'll show you how I like to have things set up in terms of what metrics I like to track so that I can see how my campaigns are performing. So as always, if you like the content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell notification while you're there as well. So with that said and done, let's jump into the video. To set up your account or to register with Google, we're going to need to head over to a browser. If you want to follow along, now is the time. We're going to want to go straight to ads.google.com, or you can just search Google Ads account. It'll probably be the first link. Click on that and you should come to this page here. What we want to do though is we want to go ahead and click the Start Now button here in the middle of the screen. There's also one in the top right hand corner. And that will bring us through to this page. Where you want to go is you want to head towards New Google Ads account down here. That will bring us to here. And essentially what's happening here is Google's now trying to find all the information about your business, who you are. But in the process of doing that, it's actually going to take us to smart mode, which is actually like a simplified dashboard. You should be actively managing your campaigns and setting them up. So we don't want to put any of this information in. We don't want to continue with this any further. So we want to scroll down to the bottom here and you should see, are you a professional marketer? Switch to expert mode. So we want to click on that link, switch to expert mode. And expert mode is not intimidating. It doesn't need to be scary or anything. It is simply just a mode where we have more control over the campaigns we're running and the targeting we're applying to our campaigns, bidding strategies, the keywords we use, and all of that. So it's exactly where we want to be. We're going to click create an account without a campaign. That will bring you here to confirm your business information. So your billing country, make sure it's correct. And likewise with your time zones and your currency, double check those three are right and then click submit. And then congratulations, you have a Google Ads account. It's very simple. The first thing I would do is click go explore your account. And I would navigate up to tools and settings in your billings. And I would just go ahead and make sure that the payment method that's already been submitted there is the one you want to use and not another card that you're not expecting. Right, so I've now moved over to one of my client accounts. So this should give you a little bit of a better idea. We've got some campaigns set up in here already. So it should give you a bit of a better idea of how it'll feel once you've got some activity running. So in terms of the main dashboard and where you'll be making optimizations or reviewing your campaigns, this area here will make up the bulk of that. You'll be spending most of your time in the day-to-day in this kind of area, in the overview and in the campaign tabs and things like that. To start with, let's crack on with the overview. It shows the performance of all of the different campaigns you've got running, provided you haven't selected a campaign. And it gives you really a bit of a top line, nice graphic really here to be able to look at. It's useful when you want to look at things from a top line perspective, especially over time. But also on the overview tab, you've got your optimization score. There are recommendations you can click through below and how to improve those. If you've got any draft campaigns, they will be specified here, so you can easily pick up where you left off and carry on. Again, you'll have summary of campaign performance, conversion tracking status. It's good to keep an eye on this just in case you see any inactive tags or something changes on the website and things get broken. Some of the tabs can become inactive, so you might need to go in and then fix some of those. You've also got a bit of an overview of your search ads, your video ads, and any other sort of campaigns you've got running. Obviously, I'm in all campaigns here, so it's showing everything. Device split, day and hour with a heat map, and demographic with a heat map as well. And they essentially just show the times and days where your delivery is most pronounced. Scrolling back up to the top, I'm going to move into the campaign tab. Campaign tabs show each of your campaigns and how they're performing. They provide a lot of information, as you can see, impressions, average costs, all the way through to cost per conversions and things like that. The default view probably won't have these campaign metrics in immediately. So what I would recommend is going into this columns area here, go to modify columns, and it'll bring up this menu. Here you have the ability to add and remove any of those columns that are already there. If I'm not interested in CTR, click-through rate, I can remove it. and then I can click apply at the bottom. I can go back and the click-through rate will no longer be there. What I would suggest is I'd go through and make sure things like your clicks, I think that would be there, your cost, your impressions, CPMs, conversions, make sure conversions are in, cost per conversion, conversion rate, conversion value. If you have other conversions set up, bunch of secondary conversions, I would recommend ticking the all conversions tab. But once you've done that and you're happy and you can move these around into whatever order you want, go ahead and click apply and come back and you'll have all of the desired metrics at the top here as well. And there are a lot of these metrics, so find out what is valuable to you. I would suggest if you're just starting out, try to simplify it. Definitely your clicks, costs, and that kind of stuff. But try to keep it simple. You can always add more columns as you go, as you feel more comfortable with using the platform. The next tab will be the ad groups. The structure of campaigns is campaigns are the highest level, and then you have ad groups underneath that. Within the 2 campaigns I have selected, I have 3 different ad groups running, and now I can see the split of performance by each of these ad groups within the campaign. If you're running different audiences, for example, like we are here, I can see which audiences are performing better. I can also take a look here and say, okay, these 2 are in the same campaign, but the majority of my spend is skewed towards this line, and I'm not getting much spend away here. Why is that? Is that a problem? Do we mind that or not? And again, with ad groups, you get the same similar view here of the metrics that you choose. It gives you a bit of a nice visual of performance over time. Into the next tab, we have ads and assets. If you are running videos like we are here, you will see all of your videos laid out here and the delivery against each of those videos. And even you can come into the columns like we did before, and we can look at adding in any additional information that we want to see. So this gives us a good idea of how each creative is performing, and it's great to take those campaign learnings into new campaigns. I can see, okay, this creative here is the strongest performing creative. Why is it performing so well? Is it the copy? Is it the video itself? And we can dig into more details here and learn a little bit more about that and use those learnings moving forward. Underneath ads is assets. In this case, site links. We can come in and review the performance of each of those site links, see what sort of delivery we're getting from them. Again, we can use the columns, modify, we can add in and exclude things that we want to see and we don't want to see. We've got site links, call outs, structured snippets, call, lead forms, location, affiliate location, price, app promotion, and the list goes on. So there's lots to choose from, but we will touch on all of those in the individual campaign setups as well. But this is where you'll navigate to look at the performance of those and take learnings. Landing pages is landing pages. It shows you the performance by landing page. So if you've got lots of different site links for your paid search campaign, all moving to different parts of your website, you can see if people are landing on that side of the website or that area of the website, what's the average cost per click I'm getting, or the conversion cost I'm getting, and how much spend is going through to each of those landing pages. Keywords. So here, apologies, I haven't got a search campaign open on this particular account, but here you'll have a list of all of the keywords that you've got in your campaigns that are selected. And you can go in here, you can add keywords, you can remove keywords and all of those things. Again, like all the other tabs, you have all of your performance metrics up here. Negative keywords are also here. So here you'll be able to add negative keywords. So these are really important if you're running particularly broad match campaigns. We'll touch on this again down the line. The audience tab, here you'll be able to split out the audiences that are running within the campaigns, usually one audience for one ad group. If you have multiple audiences, you'll be able to see how all of those are performing individually here. And again, you've got the ability to change the columns to whatever you need to look at. Lastly, on this section will be the settings. You've got campaign settings and account settings. So campaign settings will show you an overview of each campaign you have running and the settings you've got. So you've got the networks that are selected, your ad rotation, your campaign start and end dates, locations and all of those things. And if you ever at any time want to make any amends to these, you can just click into these and it will bring you to the main settings screen. So this is what you'll see when we're setting up a campaign as well. You'll see this screen. This is where you'll be able to create campaign name and do all the other things that you can see here. Now, the only thing I'll say here is that once you've selected a campaign subtype and a marketing objective, you will no longer be able to go in and edit these. So make sure you get these right at the start and you're clear in the direction your campaign's going. If you suddenly want to swerve and you don't want to drive conversions anymore and you want to run a brand awareness campaign, you are better off anyway pausing your campaign and starting a new campaign with a brand awareness objective or no objective and starting the learnings from fresh. But you'll be able to go in here as well and amend any of your inventory options, bidding strategies, locations, languages, even your goals that you've got in here. I would recommend not changing this because all of your learnings for the campaign will be based on this campaign goal. So it will need to go into a learning process again. And essentially you might as well start a new campaign. There are a few other tabs along here, which we won't go into now because it might be a little bit more on the advanced side. We want to keep this quite top line, just how to navigate the basic areas on the platform itself only. So that's a real whistle-stop tour of how to navigate around Google Ads. Now, it's quite intuitive, but it does take time to get used to. Once you get a campaign up and running as well, it will help even more when you start seeing more data being pulled into the dashboard. Obviously, every campaign and every person has a different set of objectives and goals and definitions for success. So you'll need to define all of those things and then go ahead and make sure all of your campaign groups and your overview tabs are all set up in a way that you're comfortable with. The next chapter will be keywords. So I'll see you in the keywords chapter in a minute.